Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another 10-car Tuesday episode and another Greenlight one. We're going to go through, I think, all 10 of these cars, looking at them right now, that I've got aside for us to look at, are all from recent releases. I've done unboxings on pretty much, I think, all of these cars. So if you check out the Greenlight playlist, you're going to see a bunch of unboxing episodes where you can see where the whole series from which these cars have come from in an unboxing format. What we're going to do here, of course, is open up 10 cars, take a look, and talk about them a little bit more in depth. So what we've got first is the Barrett-Jackson. This is from Barrett-Jackson Series 5. This is the 1968 Chevy Copo Nova SS. There's a look at the back of the card. I picked this one up because I wanted an example of this casting in a nice clean stock look, and this is what you get with this one. So that's why I chose to pick this one up. And there she is. It looks nice in red. Very, very nice in red indeed. So I do quite like it. Of course, that's why I purchased it. And well, actually, I didn't purchase it. I think my buddy Diecast actually ordered this one for me, but that's why I requested that he did. Or I don't even know if I did tell him that he did. I think he just added it. Got it sent to me because he knew I'd said I liked it. So it's really cool. It's a nice looking stock car. The serial number on the bottom is 920. The tooling number on the bottom is 179. I think it's a pretty good looking car. Go ahead and pop the hood on her. There you go. You can see the motor underneath. It does appear that there is almost like some paint chipping or glue or something that you can see under there. That's kind of odd. But all together, it's a pretty nice looking car. And that's the first car we look at today. So very cool. All right, next up, let's kind of switch gears. Let's look at this one here. This is the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. This is from Tokyo Torque Series 7. It's in kind of an iconic sort of JDM livery there for this car. And it looks pretty cool. Yeah. So this did come out, I think, last year. 2019, or maybe early 2020. And there you have it. I like this casting quite a bit. I think Greenlight did a great job on this one. Out of all the Tokyo Torque specific release cars, I think this is definitely one of the better ones. I don't think this car, they've really released it in much else besides Tokyo Torque. But they have released it quite a few times in Tokyo Torque. It does have an opening hood, if I can get it open. It's going to be tough to open. It opens in, like, reverse, right? Yeah. Wow, it's really tough to get open. I wish I could show you, because it has a very detailed... This is risky, but it has a very detailed... There we go. Motor underneath here. Oof. Okay, we made it. There she is. See? Looks pretty nice. Definitely a better looking motor than the M2 version of this car. Alright, let's shut that thing. Plastic spoiler. Looks like we got a 961 serial number, and the tooling number, if you can see it there, is looks like 48 on this tooling. The front end looks a little bit sloppy on this one. There are some better versions of it out there, but this one is pretty cool, so I dig it. All right, next is... We'll stick with the sort of like a little racing car here. Here's a 1959 Austin 7, the Austin Mini. This is from Running on Empty, Series 11. I believe it's the only car from that series that I picked up. And it just came out. Open it up. Set it down here. Yeah, I like this little tiny thing. I think it's pretty cool. So just a little basic model Mini. 4355 we have for the serial number. I always like to check for a tooling number because I got to put this down on my spreadsheet. That's part of why I do this. This isn't just 10 Car Tuesday. This is also me documenting my collection a bit. Man, that is hard to see. I got to bring it up closer to my eyes. I believe that says 188, but that is tough to see. We'll see if it's easier to see on the next one because I do have another one. Here is from the Hot Hatches Series 1. The Austin Mini Cooper S from 1965. We can kind of check out the differences, too, for this. This Hot Hatches series is going to be a hit. The first wave of it was really good. If they do actually put out that car, that Lancia, hopefully they are working on a tooling for that. Otherwise, why would they put it as, like, the card art? So hopefully they do put out that tooling. That's going to be stellar. Going right to the base just to try to take a peek at that tooling number. And it looks like it is 188 from what I can see. It looks like 602 is our serial number on this one. Not that it matters. It's just fun to look at. And then we got same sort of format as the other one, except for this one it has a roof rack. Looks like they have slightly different bumpers as well. Yeah, for both the front and the back. You got a little bit of a wonky wheel on this one. Usually that can be fixed pretty easy. You just got to either take the wheel off and put it back on or kind of just push the wheel on the rest of the way. Sometimes the wheel's not on all the way, and that's why it does that, which is unfortunate sometimes, but yeah, that's it. So there's your minis. Let's stick with Hot Hatches for a moment. And look at this 2020 Nissan 370Z from the Hot Hatches series. This one's easy to see. The tooling number is 180 and serial number 816. So this is a decent tooling. It leaves a little bit to be desired, to be honest, because I really, really, really wholeheartedly think that they should have at least put plastic inserts for the headlamps on this particular model. I know they can't do it on all their models. It's a cost thing. But this particular one, I think, really could have benefited from it. It does still look pretty good. They got basically the silhouette of the car correct, it appears. Looks like it has a pretty detailed interior, too, kind of just looking at it. Not a bad-looking car. It rolls decent. The wheels look good. The wheels roll. Wheels appear to be on straight. So, pretty decent little car. I've got 2 different versions of this casting now, which means I'm probably done buying them because I don't really need any other version of it. So probably that's going to be it for that. And then one casting that I've just been saying I'm not going to get them all, and then they come out and then I end up wanting them, is this Volkswagen Rabbit / Volkswagen Golf. This is the 1977 Volkswagen Rabbit. I did an article on Lamley Group about this casting. It's before this one came out. You should definitely go check that out. I sort of talk about it, the tooling in detail and what's to come and all that good stuff for it. And I do think that Greenlight knocked it out of the park with this tooling. Great choice in deciding to do it. Now, this one does not have inserted details for headlights or taillights either, but it works on this particular model. There's a peak at the base. 182 is the tooling number. And so they tooled it to have a lot of different versions of it. This one does have an opening hood. It does have nice details under the hood, which is great. Unlike this car right here, which has nothing. There's no opening details or anything. Just a metal casting. I like this one with kind of the faux wood paneling. I think it looks awesome. That's why I decided to get this one. The wheels are pretty cool on this one too. I think it's the first time they use the wheels on those type of wheels on this casting, so that's pretty neat. All in all, this is a good looking model, and I definitely recommend picking this up for you Volkswagen fans. Another one that's really nice looking, this is 1980 Volkswagen Golf GTI. So here's the GTI version of it, and we can kind of look at the differences. So it's going to have the same tooling number. It's just a different variation of the tooling. 4380 is what we got for a serial number. And here it is. So it's got different wheels. Of course, first of all, that's an obvious thing than this one. It's kind of a white, but kind of a cream color. Not quite as beige as this one is. But it definitely isn't a stark white. It's a little bit off. A little off-white. You can start to see some little differences. There's no side markers on the side of this one as they are on this car. You can see the differences, of course, in the headlights as they are in the GTI version. Of course, the GTI right there as well. The little red line around the grille. Difference in the bumper. You know, a little bit slight difference in the bumper and the stuff in the back. I don't think they tooled different motors, and I don't think they probably didn't have different motors. They probably were just, or maybe they did. I don't know. Those appear to be identical, for what I can tell. So I don't think they got that too crazy with it, but pretty cool, different wheels. And this is a nice pair to have. And they're both from the same Club VW Series, Club VW Series 11. I like these. So I wasn't going to pick these up, and then I did the unboxing video of this series, and I saw these in there. And once I saw these in person, I definitely just decided, yeah, that's probably a good idea to grab these two cars. So I did. All right. Let's see. What do we got? We got 3 left, and they're all from the same series. They're from Hobby Shop Series 9. I've done an unboxing of this. This is a stacked series. There is very good cars in it. I've got 3 from them we're going to open up right now. Starting with this 53 Studebaker Commander with vintage gas pump. The Hobby Shop series is really cool because it's usually some basic cars with some basic liveries or stock-looking paint jobs, and typically have some sort of accessory, which is also neat for the diorama people. I've been just saving all these little guys in a little box, and eventually I will use them someday, hopefully. And let's go ahead and pop out the car. So we definitely got a wonky wheel on this one, which I'll have to, well, it looks like maybe it's just the tires off. There we go. Now it's better. The paint job on this one isn't great. It's got a bit of orange peel to it. A little bit of a leathery look. So not fantastic on the paint job on this particular one. I don't think they're all like that. I just think sometimes Greenlight QC can be flawed. There's some weird issue going on here with the window too. Kind of goofy. Serial number on this one's 1268. The tooling number is 173. I have a few different versions of this tooling already. The best ones are in the La Carrera Panamericana series, which are fantastic. However, those aren't stock. Those are more like look like stock cars almost. So those might not be recommended to you if you want something stock. If you want something stock, your best bet is to probably either get this one, or there's the Home Improvement from a Hollywood series. Get that one. Either of those are pretty good. But except for the kind of leathery look to the paint, this one's not bad. It looks nice and yellow. All right. Next up, we'll do this one. Here's the 1981 Chevy Caprice Classic with a woman in dress. From Hobby Shop Series 9 as well. So here's your woman in dress. Here she is. We'll put her with my gas pump over here. And then we've got the casting itself. Great version of this. So most of these that have come out so far have been police cars, but they have released 2 civilian versions of this tooling. And I have them both, and they are both pretty darn good. You do have plastic bumpers. There is painted details for the headlights and taillights. 2402 is what we have for the serial number on this one. Tooling number 169. And I like the paint job. I think it looks great. It's like silver with gray, bluish gray. I don't know. It looks really good, I think. And that's a fantastic add to the collection. I think these particular versions, these civilian versions, might end up being, if they don't make too many different versions of it, which they might, but if they don't, these are probably going to be pretty collectible in the future, if I had to guess. So this is a good pickup, in my opinion. And then next, another one that's probably a good pickup is this 1992 Ford Crown Victoria LX with man in suit. This is another one that the majority of these toolings that are going to come out are going to be police cars. So far, I think this is the only civilian version of it. And then I think that there is, I know one more coming. I forget what series it's coming in, but there is one more coming. And that one looks really good too, and I probably will pick it up. But there's your man in the suit. Put them over by my other accessories. And this one does have an opening hood. The tooling itself is a little weird. It is tooling 171, 2497. In this darker color, it looks decent. But when you have it as a white police car, it looks a little bit odd. The oddest part about it, I'm going to tell you right now, is this window configuration. So what it is these pillars here, where the doors meet and stuff, these are actually all part of the window piece, and they're painted black. Something about that just makes it look a little weird. If you look at the casting itself, it does have a B pillar in there that's part of the car, but this plastic piece is just slapped over the whole thing, and it's one solid piece. Which doesn't look bad on this one. There are some that it doesn't look super great on, though. You can easily tell that. But overall, it's a nice casting. It's a nice color. They do painted details up front and painted details on the back, so you don't get an inserted detail on this tooling, but it's definitely pretty cool. And that's part, honestly, what makes Greenlight kind of interesting to collect when you start looking into the different, I guess, philosophies that they take when they're constructing certain castings. And what I mean by that is this one is pretty much solid metal. It's got an opening hood, so there's no like plastic addition for bumpers or anything like that, but it does have an opening hood, metal body, metal base. You get what appears to be one piece of plastic that is the front and back windshield, and then 2 pieces of plastic, one for this side and one for this side. That's how it appears to be constructed. This one, you know, it looks like it's got one whole window piece, and then it does have separate pieces for bumpers. And part of it is probably because they got to tool different versions of the car. And the way they can change that up easily is by changing out bumper pieces. The grille doesn't appear to be a separate piece, though, so that's part of the casting. It's just kind of interesting how they do things. It'd be nice to kind of be a fly on the wall, kind of find out exactly engineering how they kind of do it. I mean, I get how they kind of design the cars and stuff like that, but then how they make it happen where they can actually produce them, I think is a whole nother thing. So which is pretty interesting. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I do notice we do also have a lean with this casting. That's unfortunate. I hate when we get that like lean. That makes it really tough to take pictures of. You got to really kind of get it at right angles. I wonder how to fix this one. Most oftentimes you're going to have a lean with Greenlight because the axle hole, like the hole the axle goes through, is not level. So it's like in a different spot on this side than it is on this side as it goes through. And that's why I have one side that's raised higher than the other. It's one of my big pet peeves, though, is when we see that. Because it's not super easy to fix. It's a riveted casting, so you can't just take it apart without drilling it. So, and that's kind of disappointing, but whatever. I mean, I could do it. I could pull the wheel off. I could do something. I'm sure I could figure out something to fix it, but you can only make it lower. You won't be able to make it go higher by doing that. At least not to my knowledge, which I guess wouldn't hurt it, this side just being lowered to match the other side. Might have to do that. All right, so anyway, that's going to be it for this. Let me know which is your favorite in the comments down below. I'm kind of edging towards this one being my favorite of the episode, actually, with this one being second. And then the VWs are really cool. I mean, all of them are pretty cool to me. The least favorite maybe might be the minis. I don't know, just because I already have a bunch of the casting. This is actually a really nice model, by the way. And yeah, that's going to be it. All right, so check out my other 10 Car Tuesday episodes. We've done a few Greenlight. Check out the Greenlight unboxing episodes for more Greenlight content. And have yourself an excellent day.